What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And I know it's been a little while since I posted up a video, but been a little bit busy in my day-to-day life with school and just stuff at home. We've made a trip or two up north, and so there's really been a lot going on now. I have been posting on social media just to try to keep things going, but I haven't really had a lot of time to sit down and film a video, so I figured it was time to do so because you know what? A lot of things have been happening in my collecting world over the past month or so. So let's go ahead and start off with just diving right in. You know, let's dive right in. I like to just not delay anything, and we'll just go ahead and dive right in. And so I had a birthday recently, and just really blessed to have a family that not only supports this craziness that you see up here on the wall, but they actually think about those things for me when it's special times of the year. But we'll get to that in just a second. Let's start off with some of the finds that I've found recently, just so that we can kind of go through these items and check them out as we go through this. So first and foremost, it's been really tough finding things here recently, just because it's been either sparse resupplies of Hot Wheels in our areas or diecast in general, or we just have an uptick in collectors in my area. And so, you know, it's one of those situations where if you're not first, you're last. So you really have to be committed to it. And I can honestly say in the last month or so, I haven't been as committed to it, but I did get a chance to get out and get a little bit of hunting done in this last week. So I was able to pick up some of the things that I was looking for, and they were all definite things that I wanted to find. So I was really happy about that, and it really turned out well. So first and foremost, we did see some PKs coming into our Target, and I was lucky enough to get there pretty early in it. Not as early as I'd have liked to, but I found some of the castings that I would like to have. And let's start off with this guy right here. It is this beautiful WRX STI from Subaru. It is a recolor, but I really do like the color of this. I love this silver. I love the choice of wheels on this. It works. Anything gold wheels on a Subi is perfect. And it got a pretty good treatment. We got front end treatment on it. We have no rear end treatment on it. I think that's because of the tampos on the side. But hey, it's a great casting, and I'll take anything that's JDM. So super cool. And next up, let's see what we got here in the big bag of goodies. All right, so this was something that is not Hot Wheels, but I had been on the lookout for this because I've been following this set as it came out, and I really wanted to find this car in particular, as well as the other one that I found. And of course, I'm talking about the Jada Pink Slips, and it is this beautiful Nissan GTR right here. It's an absolutely awesome casting. When you compare it up against a Hot Wheel, obviously the Jada 164s are a little bit bigger than the Hot Wheel castings, but what you do get in these is you get the rubber wheels, you get the nice full die-cast upper body. I'm not sure on these. I don't think these are 100% top and bottom die-cast, but I could be wrong. But I do like the opening parts, and they're very detailed. So when you look inside of a Jada product, you're getting engine detail. I don't know if you can see it in that plastic, but you get the full tail light treatment on there, and it's pretty much like buying a premium for Hot Wheels, but at a lot cheaper price. The one drawback though is they put these stickers on the front of their cards, and I'm not sure why they do that. It really detracts from the card itself, and so hopefully Jada gets the message on this and they stop putting those on there. But really cool, the Nissan GTR from Jada Pink Slips, so definitely cool. All right, so staying in the same family, I picked up another one that I really wanted from this same series, and it is this guy right here. It is the Mercedes AMG GT. This thing is absolutely awesome. I don't know if the light's capturing everything on this, but wow, what a great casting. Everything from the front to the top to the back, just really well done, really good details. And I love the wheels on this car. That's kind of what drew me to it, the color, but also these wheels are awesome. And if you're sleeping on Jada, or you know, you think the only way you can collect is to collect Hot Wheels or Matchbox, there is a lot more diecast out there. If you're a diecast collector, then you're considering all diecast. If you're not, then you're a Hot Wheels collector, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you know, you're missing out if you're not at least checking out some of these other brands, because they are doing it as well, if not better in some cases, than Hot Wheels at Mattel. So definitely don't sleep on those. All right, let's jump into some more Matchbox and Hot Wheels. Now, this guy really had eluded me for a while. If you guys don't know, I drive a Toyota Tacoma, and I really was trying to find one to replace my blue Toyota Tacoma that is hanging on the mirror in my rearview mirror inside the cab of my truck. So sometimes when I'm posting up Instagram, people will catch it dangling there in the mirror, and that's just because I'm shooting pictures right from there. But I've been waiting for this one to come out, and of course I'm talking about the beautiful Toyota Tacoma with these TE37 rays. And it's really cool too, because the Tampa work on the side there is advertising for Ray's wheels. So it's very clear that these were meant to be oversized TE37s, and they are captured very, very well. And I have a white Tacoma, so this is perfect, and it's gonna look really good hanging from my rear view mirror. It got the full treatment, Tampo's front, Tampo's in the back. You can see Tacoma, even the Tampo for the tailgate latch back there. Just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful casting. And I had reached out to some Hot Wheels homies, and they were willing to send me one of these, but I was like, you know what, guys, I'm gonna find that. And they're like, yeah, you will, so just keep looking. And of course, I found it, so I knew I would, but it's really nice to have it in hand. And I'm gonna pop it open and go ahead. Well, you know what, let's pop it open right now, because it's gonna go on the rear view mirror anyways. So let's get it popped open now, get a little better look at it. So there we go, out of the package. Just an awesome, awesome truck. Love the looks of this all the way around. And yep, you're gonna be hanging in my truck for the next however many years I have that truck, so get ready. All right, moving on. Okay, so this was one that I was looking for from the Matchbox family for quite a while. And I think if you've watched my channel long enough, you know that I love Matchbox as much as I love Hot Wheels. I have Matchbox up here on the wall. You can see all of my collectors up there. There are Matchbox mixed in with the Hot Wheels castings, because if it's a great casting, it's a great casting. I don't really care who makes it. So I'm gonna buy from both brands. They're both Mattel, and both sides of the house do a great job. So you should get whatever you like. But this is one that I was definitely looking for, and it is out of the 70th anniversary for Matchbox. It is out of their special white cards. And it is none other than this beauty right here, the beautiful 1994 Lexus LS400. I really love this casting. I remember when the LS400 first came out, and I felt like they really had just taken a Camry and souped it up and put a Lexus badge on it. And since this era of Lexus, there is a big distinction now between what is a Lexus and what is a Toyota. So, but during this era, just like with Acura, there was a lot of crossover between vehicles, not a lot of changes between what they consider their luxury and what they consider their, you know, lower brand, which is Honda or Toyota, or with Nissan and Infiniti. But I definitely love this casting. I love the way it looks. I love the 70th look for these cars, the silver and the orange. And it's just a really great you know, homage to an older casting from the 90s that probably wouldn't have gotten a lot of love otherwise. So definitely glad I found that one. All right, let's go back into the bag of goodies over here. All right, now this one, I saw this one highlighted on Lamley, and I was like, you know what? I am gonna find that casting, because if you look over here, I'm not fully JDM. Most of my cars are, but I do have a little side piece over here for some of the other cars that I collect, and one of those are supercars. And so that's what the channel's name basically got developed from. My son is a supercar guy. I'm a JDM guy, so that's why we named it Super JDM Diecast. Not that I'm a super JDM guy, but because we also have supercars in the house too. And not to be confused with the fact that I don't like super treasure hunts too, because I do, but that's not why we named it that. So definitely a supercar guy too. And so when this bad boy right here came out, I was stoked. And of course, I'm talking about the Bugatti Bolide. Absolutely gorgeous, and I'm so glad that Hot Wheels still has the Bugatti licensing, because I really feel like they are doing justice to every single car that they release from the Bugatti line. And Matchbox has the licensing too, which is why we saw that great Devo come out in the red card. And so you just can't go wrong with a good Bugatti. So I was glad I was able to pick this one up, and it's one I can check off the list now for this year. So definitely cool. All right, let's see, reaching into the bag of tricks here. What do we have? What do we have? Okay. So this one is interesting. Another one that I saw highlighted on Lamley. And I didn't know if I would like this one until I had it in hand. And it is this beautiful new casting for 2023. It is the Porsche 928S Safari. So it's set up in a more off-road aggressive look. It's got all the headlights up on the front there. You've got the roof rack and all the gear. Just imagine taking a Porsche out into the outback and you're just cruising around in this thing and you're able to spotlight some game and get out there big game hunting in your awesome Porsche. So I love the 928. I would love to see this one done. Now, Hot Wheels, if you're listening, I'm a small channel, but if you are listening, because I know some of you guys do watch some of the smaller channels, we need this car in a weird science homage for your screen time or for your the ones that you do for film cars. I love Rick and Morty, but I don't need it. I love to see stuff from these oddball shows, but I don't need it. Give me the black Porsche from Weird Science that's black and give me the matching convertible. Well, you can't do Ferrari, but you know what? Make it a Lamborghini and switch it up. Make it a convertible Countach instead and make it Weird Science. That would be totally awesome. Would love to see the 928. Premium, you can do it in mainline. I don't really care, but it would be great to get one in all black, just like we saw in Weird Science. If you haven't seen Weird Science, where have you been, right? Howard Hughes, one of the greatest directors of the 1980s, so get out there and check it out. If you like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, if you like Breakfast Club, you'll love Weird Science. All right, next up in the bag of tricks here. Let's see, what do we have? What do we have? All right, now getting into the JDM realm. I don't ignore JDMs, but there's only so many JDMs that come out in the new releases. But this was one that I was really anticipating. I have every colorway of this car released to date, and now I'm up to date. So, of course, I'm talking about the beautiful Hot Wheels 80 Series 89 Mazda Savannah RX7 FC body code. Gorgeous, just gorgeous. Straight black, tampos front and rear, perfect. This is exactly how this car should look. This is what a street tuner would have their setup, and I would absolutely drive this car if somebody delivered to me just like this. Absolutely gorgeous. So you know I'm an FD guy if you watch my channel, but close second in the Mazda realm is these FCs, and the Savannah setup is an absolutely beautiful car. And so glad they went ahead and did this, and I was glad I was able to find one. So really, really cool there. And now this car, I had seen it and I was like, well, I don't really collect those. I don't, but seeing it up close and seeing it in my hand, I was pretty stoked about grabbing this one off of the pegs. And it is, I believe it's an N case, but it was in the P case, but I went ahead and grabbed it. It is this beauty right here. Of course, I'm talking about this beautiful Ford Bronco R. What a great looking casting. They did a great job with this. They did justice to this Bronco, from everything from that extra bumper support back there, that extender. I even like the bead locks on here. They look good and they did it right. They didn't try to make it muddy or dusty or whatever else they're doing over there at Mattel with those off-road tires. But man, what a great looking setup. So super cool, and it will definitely find a spot in the collection for sure. All right, diving in. Staying in the same family, not family, but same genre of vehicle. This is another one that I have quite a few different colorways of, and of course I'm talking about the beautiful Land Rover Defender 90. I don't know exactly how many colorways of this I have. I know it's at least 4 or 5, but when I saw this one, I picked it up, I sat it down, I picked it up again, I sat it down, I looked at it again, and I was like, yeah, I'll take it. So I threw it in there, and I'm sure glad that I did. Even though my main focus is JDM cars, I appreciate all die casts, especially when they're done well, and they do a great job on these Land Rovers. So, hey, there you go. Another one in the non-JDM realm, but it's definitely one worth having. So if you guys are sleeping on this one, you know what? If your brain tells you to grab it, grab it. Don't have second thoughts about it. Just grab it, right? So don't do that to yourself. Then you're going to be kicking yourself down the road when you wish you had grabbed it, right? So it happens that way sometimes, but that's just kind of how we operate, right? Now, another one that I was looking for, I came across a pretty fresh case restock, and it's an interesting story. I walked into the same Dollar Tree for about a week straight, and they clearly were waiting for a restock. Everything was gone. There wasn't one Hot Wheel on the peg. Every day I checked. So finally, I believe it was yesterday, I had a day off, and lo and behold, on my day off, they had restocked. Now, as I'm walking out of my vehicle to go into the Dollar Tree, another gentleman with the Hot Wheels walk. If you don't know what the Hot Wheels walk is, you haven't been doing this for a while. He was doing the Hot Wheels walk, and he walked in the door right in front of me, and he made a beeline right to the Hot Wheels section, and he started doing the 5-finger shuffle through the cards. And so I walked up and was basically saying, hey, do you mind if I look while you look? Because there was a lot of cars on the shelf. And of course he was like, yeah. And we started looking. Where am I going with this story? Well, about a minute into his search, he goes, oh, Porsche Super. Yep, you guessed it. He found the N-Case Porsche Super. 15 seconds earlier, that could have been me, but you know what? I'm not mad at somebody who was 15 seconds earlier. He was there first, and he grabbed it. But I told him one of the ones I was looking for, and as soon as he found one in there, he grabbed it and pulled it out, and he handed it to me, and it is this beauty right here, the beautiful 2018 Honda Civic Type R in this awesome police livery with the kanji written on the side. If you guys don't know what that says in kanji, I don't either. I don't speak Japanese, but it's absolutely cool. I love this setup. Some people weren't a fan of this, but you know what? It's a Honda Civic Type R. Why would you not be a fan of this? My only real gripe, I think, with this casting is because there's so much tamper work on the side, we get a blank back end. And I think I could have done with a little less tamper work on the side and maybe just do the taillights, right? But that's just me being biased to JDM castings, right? Because I'm sure there are muscle guys out there that wish some cars were done completely for them. Supercar guys, there are truck guys, whatever. We all have our gripes, but you know, we got the front end treatment, which is awesome because you get to see that beautiful Type R badging up front, the Type R H on the front there as well, and the nice steelies in there that are inset in to make it look a really nice JDM lowered look. So really, really cool. Really glad I found this one, and I was really appreciative that he went ahead and handed that to me. And by the way, he handed me the Tacoma as well. He did grab 5 others for himself, but hey, I'm not judging. You know what? Maybe he had 5 friends that needed the Tacoma, so he made sure that I got one, and you know what? One was enough for me because that's, you know, what I was looking for anyway. So, all right. Last but not least, in that little haul from the Dollar Tree, I picked up this guy right here, and this one is going to go to a Hot Wheels homie of mine. He's a Corvette collector. I don't know if he's already found it, but it's getting set aside for him, and he knows who he is. If he's watching this, he knows exactly who he is. I just sent him a bunch of Corvettes, so this one is for him. It was the first thing that came to mind when I found this casting, so I'm definitely setting this aside for him, and I know he'll appreciate it. If he already has one, he'll open this up, and he might even customize it. So it's a beautiful 62 Corvette. Just an absolutely nice casting. And if you didn't know, it's from the then and now. So if you have the Corvette Stingray, this, I think it's the C7, it's the now version of this one. So when you put them side by side, they have the same color. So it just really pairs well together. So definitely cool. And I know he'll appreciate that one. So awesome. All right. So that wraps it up for the mainline finds. Now let's get into some of the other stuff that's come my way recently. And talking about my birthday, I'm kind of reaching behind me here, so let me see if I can grab this without being too distracting with the camera. This was so awesome. So the story on this is my son and I go together. My 11-year-old son and I, we go together sometimes, and he helps me look for Hot Wheels. And we came across this, what I'm about to show you, and he commented, he's like, hey Dad, check this out, this is different than the other ones I've ever seen. And when he pointed it out to me, I was like, yeah, you're right, I don't normally see that anyway. So let's end the suspense and I'll go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. I hardly ever even pick up a Hot Wheels 8-pack because I usually won't buy them, but this one is what captured my attention. Every single car in here is a licensed vehicle. There are no fantasy castings in here. Of course, you get the beautiful Porsche 911 GT3 RS in red. You get the exclusive 911 GT3 RS up here in green. You've got the Ford Lightning up here with the racing deco for Hot Wheels. You got the little Chevy step side right there. You've got the beautiful Corvette, and this is a chance for me to go ahead and show you, speaking of the Corvette and the colors, there's the matching Corvette. So if you see these guys side by side, let me get it so you can see them side by side. They are a matching colorway. So that is the then and now. So that was really cool that I was able to get that one in there. But there's also some other really cool cars in here too. Of course, you got the little bug right there. You've got the BMW 5.0, and of course, one of the fan favorites for this year, this beautiful Silverado. So really, really awesome. It is very, very, very rare to find one of these 8, 9, even, you know, even a 5-pack that doesn't have at least one fantasy casting built in, unless it's a specific set. So to find one like this, it's unique. So we stash this one in our normal stash spot. We usually go for the kids' Legos, and we put them back there on the little kids' Legos. And the intention was we'd come back eventually and get it. Well, I'd kind of forgotten about it, but my little guy did not. He knew that this was one that I had been looking for. I was going to come back for it, had just forgotten. He didn't. So this was from him for my birthday. So thank you, Cade. I really appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for looking out for your dear old dad. And, you know, my memory fails me. So I'm glad you got that young, sharp mind and were able to find that for me. And then another gift that I got is not Hot Wheels and not even die-cast, but I thought it was super cool. My wife and sons were trying to find me some things for my birthday, and they know that I like to help my sons build Legos. And so they mentioned that I have a really big affinity towards Aston Martins. And so this will be my first official one that I get to build for me. And it's not for one of my boys. And of course it is out of the Lego Speed Champions. It is the Aston Martin set. You get the Aston Martin Valkyrie and you get the Aston Martin Vantage GT3. 2 castings in Hot Wheels that I absolutely love. And now I'm gonna get to assemble them in Lego form, and I'll have them displayed inside my display cabinets, just like my diecast. So super, super cool. All right, video's running a little bit long. Let's do the pièce de résistance, the finale, whatever you want to call it. This nearly floored me. So as I'm opening up my gifts, you know, and I'm one of the types of people where I'm really, it kind of makes me feel weird when I'm opening gifts when people are watching me, because I like to be the giver, and I'm not always the person who wants to get the gifts. And so, you know, when they do this with me each year, I'm always a little bit awkward with it, right? I mean, I know I shouldn't be, but I kind of am, and it's, you know, it's always appreciated, but I like to be the one on the other end giving. So when I opened this last gift up, I was nearly floored. This came out of nowhere. I have no idea how they thought to do this or even how they got this. But I have a pretty resourceful family, and so I'm gonna do my best to reveal it right here, but let's start it right here, just like this. You know what it is yet? Let me back up a little bit. Now, do you know what it is? All right, I'm being silly. Let's go ahead and show everybody what it is. Of course, this is the 2022 Super Treasure Hunt set direct from Mattel. And this is every Super Treasure Hunt for the year 2022. So over here, starting on the latter part of the year, of course, you've got the beautiful Jaguar F-Type up here. Next to it is the beautiful Mustang SVO in that awesome, awesome Spectre Flame purple. You've got the Audi Avant wagon down there. I actually found that one, which was super awesome. I got it in a Best Buy case when I was buying the exclusives. You have this beautiful custom Mustang, another one that I found in the wild. Of course, one of the favorites from this set, the Hakosuka, or Hakosuka, if you want to say it properly. It's pronounced like Yokosuka, but it's Hakosuka, so we know that that's how it's pronounced. Some people call it Hakosuka, whichever. And then the beautiful 32 Ford. Down here you have the Lamborghini Miura in that awesome, awesome burnt orange Spectre Flame. And then the final one from the Q case was this beautiful Camaro. I think it's an 82 Camaro. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, let's flip to the other side so we can get a look at this. All right, so this is how we started the year off last year. We got the beautiful Chevy Bel Air and that beautiful Spectre Flame Navy. Just absolutely gorgeous. And right below it is this absolutely beautiful BMW 3.0 race. Love this casting. This is one that I got from my buddy Nas. So thanks, Nas. Now I have one that is from you, and I have the one that is in this set. So that's super, super cool. Now this is one of them that I had not found yet from 2022. It is this beautiful, the van. I can't remember exactly what the van is called right now. I just know it's an awesome van. But what made it very special to me is this was a tribute to Ryu. So this was a Ryu's Rides. This was an absolutely awesome one. I looked for this thing high and low and could never find it, but I was so glad that I finally was able to put this into the collection through here. Then of course the Studebaker Champ is down here at the bottom. This is another one that I did find in the wild, and so this will be my number 2 for that one. Moving up here to the other side, we have the beautiful C8 Corvette. Just a very simple setup, but a very beautiful color. And as you can see, they kind of pair with each other in coloring. And I think that's kind of was the intention. Right below that, of course, it doesn't need any introduction, the one and only Golden Nugget. This was one that I never found in the wild, so this would have probably been the only way I would have come across one of these. So I'm super, super fortunate and very happy that I have this in the collection. And rounding it out, one of my favorites also from 2022. I know it's not everyone's, but I love the way this looks with the copper wheels and that Spectraflame red. And of course, I'm talking about the beautiful Cafer Racer sitting right here. So there you go, guys. It's been a little bit of time, a little bit of a break, but you know, sometimes family and life is more important than looking for these Hot Wheels. And so I devoted that time to them. And so, you know, I'm not apologizing for it. I'm going to take breaks when I need to, and I'll post up when I can. And so that's the whole drive behind doing this channel, is sharing with, you know, fellow collectors out there, being inspired by fellow collectors out there, and just really getting to know other people and sharing a little bit of what I have. And I am so, so grateful for a family that really just understands the nerd in me and understands that a grown man wants toys for his birthday, but you know, they do. And so they did. And I could not be more appreciative or have more love for my family than I do. So thank you all. And thanks to everybody who's been supporting the channel, checking out my social media, you know, being positive, and I always appreciate that. And whether I have 5 or 5,000 subscribers, it really makes no difference to me. I appreciate everyone who has subscribed, because that means you took the time to do it. And if you are new to the channel and this is the first time you're seeing it, hopefully you decide you want to stay and watch some more too. Maybe I'm too long-winded and maybe you don't want to watch these long videos. That's okay. Fast forward to the part you like. That's how you do it, right? But I would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. If you like what you saw today, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps out. And it also lets me know what content is going over well and which ones I should rethink, right? And then finally, if you want to know when videos of mine are going to come out, because they do tend to come out kind of sporadically, you can hit the bell icon and it will let you know that, hey, a video from Super JDM Diecast is being posted or is out. Check it out. But again, thank you for all the birthday wishes. I really am thankful for this community. There's a lot of good people in here. And I want to give another plug for the Diecast Day of Giving. It's coming rapidly upon us. I'm getting my box together right now, and I'm going to put my official totals in. Every time I think I'm done, I'm adding a little bit more. So once I get it set, I'm going to go ahead and give my final numbers, and that way we can add to the total and the goal of 20,000 cars given away for children in need. My cause this year is going to be Rady's Children's Hospital. It is a local children's hospital local to me, and I've already reached out to Rady's Children's, and they will be happy to accept unopened toys. And it will definitely brighten the future of some kids out there. And you know, that's what really makes this community great, is that we do things like this. So there we are. I kept it under 30 minutes. You're welcome. Hopefully you stuck with me till the end and you got to see all of this goodiness. And I appreciate those of you that have stuck with the channel, even though sometimes there's big delays between when I post. So thank you very much for that. But until the next time, guys, this is Super JDM Diecast, and I am out.